Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about my entry for this year for eyeshadow palette pan, or a project that's called Banded Eyeshadow, or Project Pan, where you set up a goal for your palettes that you want to pen for that particular year. I have a couple palettes that I either already hit pans on and I want to finish these palettes and get rid of them, or palettes that I know I already have some kind of dip in, so that it will be easy for me to actually pen them. It makes me very happy that if I can pen some shadows and have a dip at least, so for me this is really exciting. I'm not gonna ramble too much, but these are kind of the palettes that we're gonna be talking about. I'm gonna show them and explain which shadows I think I could pen this year. These are all palettes that I either use very often. You can see that on my Instagram or TikTok that I will leave down below. Majority of these palettes are from indie brands because I just love indie brands. Actually, the only two mainstream palettes I have in my collection are these two, I think. Yeah, the rest is indie. Oh no, I have one Essence palette, which I don't know if it's more mainstream or indie, because I think they're independent, so I'm not completely sure. But the rest is indie. And more of like small brands. I'm from Europe, and English isn't my main language or my native language, so excuse me, but I hope everything will be understandable. So the first palette that we're going to talk about is this Natasha Denona. I think this one is the mini nude palette. Mine is really beaten up because I actually traveled with this only once, and I had it like very securely packed, but this palette isn't the best quality when it comes to its durability, I think. First, the packaging isn't great. It's very like whimsical and it's easy to break, as you can see here. But also the eyeshadows aren't pressed really well, and even if you don't travel with it, majority of this shade, for example, just fell out throughout the time that I have this palette. So even though I used it like only a couple times, it's pretty much empty because I had to depress it so many times. It's really annoying. The mattes are kind of okay, but the shimmers were horrible. I'm nearly finished with this one. I actually kind of count these three as finished because it's really easy to get some shades, get some of the shade out. So get some of the shades out. So I'm only working with those two and try to use them up. So I think I will update you very soon on this palette. I thought I would be able to pen it last year, but I'm not really into neutrals, as you will see, so this was kind of hard. But since I'm already here, I'll finish it and get rid of it, because it was fun for a while, but now I'm just sick and tired of this palette, to be honest. Then I have this Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette, which I also want to get rid of, mainly because it's old. I didn't bought it when it was released. I bought it quite late, but it's still definitely like run out of its like shelter life, or however it's called. Just it ran out of the period of time that you're supposed to use this palette, and to be honest, I don't think it performs as amazing as I remember it. But when I bought it, I didn't use that much of colorful eyeshadows, and the ones that I used were more like toppers and like pastels, like light shades, and this was my first like really dark palette. It still has some like light shades, but this like second half is not completely dark, but it's definitely darker than what I was used to. And I really loved this. I loved the shade Bang Bang, which is very like rosy peachy shade. And I kind of like their shimmers. They're not extremely impactful, but they're really easy to work with. The same was the Young Love. It's such a cool, I don't even know how to explain it. It's very pinky, magenta, wine, red wine, red wine shade. Like, I don't really know how to explain this. This is a very cool shade. There's nearly nothing left. And yeah, then I also like this one. For me, this palette only has 3 shimmer shades because I don't count those two. Those two are horrible. I hate the colors. I don't think they look good with any of the mattes, and they look horrible on the eyes. They just look really old and rusty, and I don't know who can wear this and look good with it. I just don't. So I kind of pretend that these two don't exist, and I'll just finish the palette without them. But yeah, this one, I hope that like by the summer it will be gone from my collection, because it was really fun for a while, and there were times where I genuinely used it for like, I think I used it for like 5 months straight. Like, I barely ever touched anything else, and this was like my go-to every day. Like, if I wanted to do something dark, I would use this shade, and if I wanted to do something lighter, I would use this Juicy shade, which is actually a really nice shade, and I wish I had this as like a blush, because it's such a nice like rosy peachy color. It's such a cute color, and I really wish that I had it as like blusher, but because these pens are really like slim, it's impossible to get like blush brush in this pan. So yeah, I can't really use it like that, but I would really want a shade like this. And the Bang Bang, it's such a cute, like, especially for spring, it's amazing, and it's so cute if you like pinks. And this one also pulls a little bit more like peachy. It has that little bit of like golden orangey spark in it, so that's extremely cute. These two for me don't need to be there because I don't know what you're supposed to use them for. This is like, I'm white as a sheet, but this is still too light for me to do anything. And the white, I sometimes use it as a inner corner, but I like my inner corners to be like highlightery. Like, I want to have shimmer shade there, or topper, not matte. That's not really my journey, but yeah, so these two also, I just kind of use them for the sake of using it up, but yeah. And now we can move to the fun part. So I have this mini palette from Udenside. This is the Alva 2 Mini Forest palette. I also had the Mini Ocean palette, but that was more like, it had one like light pastel-y blue matte and like one shimmer, dark blue shimmer, and the rest was kind of like brown, so that's not really the color story I go for. Usually I don't do browns very often, and when I want to do blue, I kind of need more than just pastel blue as a matte shade, then one dark shimmer, and then there was one topper that was like bluish. So for me that wasn't really working, but this one I like much more because my favorite color is green. So this one has green shade. You also have like gold that goes really good with the green and also goes really good with the pink. This one is a really cute, like goldy pink. It's a very nice shade and it works beautifully with the green. And then there's really cool, like this minty blue, and then this shade that looks actually much bluer in the pan and on the camera, but on the eyelid it's more like slightly turquoisey or like a little minty. And it's really cute shade as well. And actually the blue, the gold, and also the green has quite a bit of dip in it, even though it's probably not very obvious. And those pans are really small, so I think it won't be hard to actually pen it. I've kind of found out that majority of my other palettes can be companions to this, or this can be companion palette for my other palettes. So I will try to incorporate this in pretty much all of my looks from now on, so that I can move with this and maybe use it up, because I like the Udensai formula and I would kind of want to know how long it lasts, how many like looks you can do with it, how many uses each shade has. I'm trying to count it, and I don't mind having bigger palettes. I don't really use those mini ones or like the travel ones, because I don't travel, and if I travel, like if I can take a book with me, I can take a regular sized palette with me. Like it's not a problem. I don't have any like giant palettes. I think my biggest palette has like 18 shades or something, because I hate when it has more than that. It gets confusing for me. So I don't really need those travel palettes that much. But this was in a time where I was trying the Udensai formula and I didn't know what they're gonna be like, so I wanted the small ones. Just because, you know, you don't want to invest in a brand that you don't know. So this one, I think I will be able to pen all of these shades, because the blue is really cute, and even though I don't use browns that much, if I pair it with other colorful shade, I think I can have like half colorful and half neutral crease, and then have like funny colors on the lid. So this one definitely I will be able to. Then another cute palette that I bought last year, and I used a couple times last year, but I think mainly I will use it now once we get into spring and summer, because for me this is very like spring summery palette. It's this Colourpop in collaboration with Winnie the Pooh, and it's this palette, Sweet as Can Be. I love Winnie the Pooh. I think this is the cutest little thing. I don't think I have cuter palette than this, to be completely honest with you. And it's a very small palette. The pans are also pretty small. I don't know how many grams or like what the weight of the shades is. 0.40 ounces or 11.5 grams. So, and this is a 10 pen palette, so that's not too much of shades, and it has mainly greens, which I love greens and I wear them so often. And then it has those like rosy shades and like a little bit more of purpley shades and like mauvey shades maybe. So this one definitely will get used a lot for me. Also, I love this more like buttery honey yellow shade. It's very cute, and I've been in love with these type of shades lately, especially when it's sunny outside. It makes me so happy and it gives me such a great mood. So that's that. And this is a very like wearable palette when I want to have colorful eyeshadows, but I still wanna kind of look put together. This is the palette that I go for, you know, like when I'm somewhere nice and I have to wear a dress and something, I will probably pull this palette. Then another palette from Udensai is this Hummingbird palette with Fancy Face. This one is collaboration from like 2021, I think, somewhere in the summer or some. I don't really know where this was released, but it's definitely more than a year old. Udensai formula lasts for quite a while. I think they have like 3-year shelf life or something. But I absolutely love this multichrome shade. It's called Fancy. It's like goldy lilac shade. It's very cute. I also love this deep purple shade or like violet shade. It's very deep and it's really cool shade. Then also this pastel blue. I feel like you can use it for any like blue or purple eye look. So I think these three I will be able to pan, especially the multichrome, because I love multichromes, and this is probably my favorite formula of multichromes in this palette, because it's still Udensai now has multichromes that are a little bit more like glossy or like kind of balmy, and on me those don't last the whole day, like they crease on me a little bit, but this one is more like powdery shade or like powdery formula that still lasts really nice, and it's really easy to work with, and I don't need to like spray the brush or wear glitter glitter primer or anything, and it still looks great. So for me this is the best multichrome formula that I've ever come across, and it's just so cute. And then I have two new palettes. This is from their Christmas collection from last year, or like 2022. Ever since I got these palettes, I've been absolutely obsessed with them, and I use them all the time. Like it's literally, I had them for like 3 months and I used all of them at least, each of them at least like 25 times. So yeah, I wear them nearly every day or every other day. My favorite color story is this with in the Merry Christmas palette, because it has greens and it also has this cool orange and these like gingerbread shade and like, you know, like warmer, more interesting neutrals. And it also has like warm greens and gold greens, so I think that's really cool idea. I think this multichrome will be used really quickly because it's one of those glossy formulas or like those really balmy formulas, so you use a lot of it, and because like just if you touch it slightly with the hand or the brush, it just picks up so much and it goes on really quickly. These ones don't last very long on me, but they're really cool. This one goes from like green to gold to like peach. I think if I have it on my eyes, it looks peachy, pinky, goldy. But if I pair it with one of the greens, it looks exactly like in the pan. It's this like gold green. So it's really cool color, really interesting. But yeah, it looks great, but I can't wear it for very long, or I have to have the palette with me to touch it up eventually. And also this shade called Best Wishes. This is like very pastel-y green, like extremely light green shade, and I already have like quite a bit of dip in it because it's also great as inner corner highlight if you want matte highlighter or like matte highlight in your inner corner. And I also think I'm gonna be able to hit pan in one of these shades. I've been using more this one in the like in December and beginning of January. Now I'm more into this color, so I don't know which one will win, but they're both amazing and they're such a cute greens, and they're very pigmented. Like it looks exactly like these colors on the eyes, which is really nice. Yeah, and around the end of November when I got this palette, I used this orange all the time because it's orange and I love like these pumpkin orange colors. I might also use that a lot when like autumn comes again because I love these colors in autumn. And then the last palette is this Christmas Eve. At first I didn't thought I'm gonna use it that much as I did because it's more dark and also it's very like blue and gray, and I never wear grays and blue, even though it's one of my favorite colors. I don't go for it for that much for some reason. And this one has more of those like cool blues, which I usually more gravitate towards, like true blue or like a little bit more warmer blues. I know that blue is always cold, but you know, I try to go for more the truer blues. But I really like the shade Blue Eyes paired with the Blue Star. It's such a cute, icy, like very, for me, very wintry look. If you wanna kind of soften the look and not make it so extremely blue or purple, I really like this shade Softly, which is kind of a poopy color, but it works really nice on the eyes. And I love this shade Nowhere because it looks gray in the pan, but it actually looks more mauvey on the eyes, so it's really cool with like this multichrome that already has such a dip because it's such a cute multichrome. It goes from like purple to blue to also this like green gold. It's such an interesting shade, and you can pair it with any color here and it will work. So this one is my most used one. Also the shade Wonderful. This one is more of a topper, but it's really cute, and it's this like very soft lavendery dream. The Blue Star, also very used, and I also have been really into this matte shade Lee Tart. I think it's like a buttery yellow, and this extremely shiny yellow shimmer. I really like that this is yellow shimmer because usually it's gold, right? But here it's like very pastel yellow shimmer, and I love that. So yeah, I think a couple of these shades will definitely get banned, especially the multichrome, because it's just too pretty and I genuinely love it and I can't get enough of it. I feel like no matter what color I pair it with, it always looks amazing, and I'm just thirsting over it so much. So yeah, those are all of my project pan palettes. Let me know if you have some of these, and if you also want to do the project pan on some of your palettes, because I would definitely I think it's really cool project and a really nice way how to use your collection. Definitely let me know in the comments if you've ever tried this project or if you will try this project, and what are your most used palettes in your collection. So yeah, that's gonna be everything. I will try to post some more makeup content, but usually I just do short or like, Instagram reels and stuff like that, because I don't really have a lot of time editing, and I don't have to do voiceovers on those short reels usually because I just use music. So anyways, I will try to post more. Let me know if you like the video. I'm sorry if some of the shades look kind of different than maybe on the brand's website, because it's kind of really weird lighting today, so I couldn't film it in better lighting, unfortunately, but I hope next time the quality will be better. Also, I post videos about my bullet journal if you're interested in that, but unfortunately that one is in Czech, because I'm from Czech Republic. But if you just want to see how I do it and you don't need the voiceover for that, I'm sure you can still enjoy it. Anyways, that's it from me. Hope you have a great day and would love to see you again. Bye.